Hey everyone, this is Jeff Stanek. I am the founder of Figured Out Baseball, and I'm also presenting a video on the Figured Out Baseball platform myself for the first time. I've been behind the camera for the majority of videos that are on the website, but to this point I have never contributed a video. That's because the standard at Figured Out Baseball has always been that to contribute video, you had to be a current college or pro baseball coach, or have 15 years of coaching. When I started the Figured Out Baseball website, I didn't have either of those things, so I never let myself contribute any video. But now I am the assistant head baseball coach at Lander University, a Division II program in South Carolina. And because of that, I'm excited to be able to share some videos with you of things that I do with our players. I'll be sharing some videos of outfield play, also sharing some videos of things that I do just sort of in the office, which is the setting that I'm in right now. In today's video, I'm going to talk about run scoring probability. Now, when I first started coaching, just for some reason, I don't really know why I started doing it, but I started keeping track of some certain statistics that I thought were relative to run scoring. And I wanted to kind of dive into some stats about, what created runs so that I could talk to our players about these different things. I think I've always kind of had the hunch that offense is more than just about being the best hitting team. There's more to it, so I kind of wanted to find some statistics that would help me to be able to learn more and also just explain some things to our players. So it's kind of evolved over the years, but at Lander University this past season, I kept track of some things that I thought were important, things that I think correlate to offense, and things I wanted to show our players. Now, obviously, I didn't keep track of everything that I could have. I'm sure there are probably dozens of other things I could have kept track of, but maybe this will kind of spark something in you, some things that you want to keep track of at whatever level you coach, to be able to show your players, statistically speaking, this is how offense works. It's hard to argue with stats. Now, that in mind, I think as a coach, you have to be true to the statistics if you're going to keep stats like this, or keep a stat sheet like this one I'm about to show you. What that means is you can't make the stats say what you want them to say. I had a hunch. I started keeping track of some things, and I let the stats speak for themselves. There are some certain stats that I wish didn't say what they did, or maybe some stats I don't necessarily want to show players because they're just not things I want our offense to know or think about. But there are other things that definitely play out that I do want to share with them. But I'm going to share it all with you in this video and let you take it from there. So I'm going to flip where I'm sharing my screen with you here and doing a voiceover. So I'm going to switch to that mode now and walk you through this spreadsheet that I've got. Okay, guys, I'm now sharing my screen with you. And what I called this spreadsheet was, you'll see in a red highlight here, the 2022 plus 2023 run scoring statistics for Lander University. And when I showed it to our players, I called it run scoring probability, which you see kind of on the tabs in the bottom here. So just follow along with my mouse, follow along with my highlighters or my highlighting. So what you're going to see here basically is stats that I kept for the 2022 and 2023 season. The reason that you see these numbers here in the different rows is just because I just did it incrementally. But basically on top of this black line here in the middle and this black line here on top of the line would be 2022 stats. Below the line would be 2023 stats. You don't need to pay attention to those so much. What I'd like you to look at is what you see on the bottom highlight. So I'm going to start with this orange area right here. I'm going to make it all orange for you to see, just so you know where we're at, okay? So basically, this is where it starts. This is total runs scored for Lander University. In the 2 years combined, we played 685 innings, 901, I said that backwards, 685 runs scored, in 901 total innings played. That comes out to 0.76 runs per inning. That is our base. Okay, that's where we're going to start from. That's sort of like neutral. Okay, from there we're going to go to the yellow highlight and just kind of see as we move along. We're going to see like in different scenarios how that number of 0.76 runs per inning total, how that changes up or down based on different situations. Okay, which is I think will help you learn something about how offense is actually created. Let's go to the yellow highlight here. And what you see here, this is when the leadoff man reaches base. How often do we score runs? How many runs per inning? So in 366 total innings where the leadoff person reached base, the team scores 478 total runs. That comes out to 1.42 runs per inning. So a typical inning, just a standard inning, doesn't matter what happened with the leadoff person, for 2 years combined, Lander averaged scoring 0.76 runs per inning. But when the leadoff batter reached base, we averaged scoring 1.42 runs per inning. You can see that's nearly double. That's pretty significant. Make of these stats what you will, by the way. There's a lot to digest here. I'm going to attach a PDF to this video so you can download this exact sheet I'm looking at right now and look at it and just, let it marinate and see what you can come up with and what this means to you. I'm just going to present some factual stats to you. Here in the green highlight, when the leadoff person gets out, and I did it in two different ways, but first when the leadoff person gets out with no strikeout, so the leadoff person just puts the ball in play, gets out. Lander averaged scoring 0.38 runs per inning. 0.38 runs per inning when the leadoff person gets out without a strikeout. In blue highlight here, you see when the leadoff person struck out, it was 0.34 runs per inning. Now, this didn't end up being anything significant. Maybe if I did this over several seasons, they'd be the exact same number. I just wanted to see if there was a difference between when the leadoff person struck out or put a ball in play. Let's see if there's any difference, and there really wasn't. Nothing real significant there. But you can see from these two highlights, 0.38 runs per inning and 0.34 runs per inning when the leadoff person gets out, compared to 1.42 runs per inning when the leadoff batter gets on. That is significant. Very significant. Let's go to the next highlight. And what we're looking at here is when the leadoff person reaches base, what's the odds of scoring at least one run? So that's what my shorthand means up here where the mouse is. When the leadoff person reaches base, what are the odds of scoring at least one run? The odds of scoring at least one run when the leadoff person reaches base is 60%. That means when the leadoff person gets on base, you're going to score at least one run 60% of the time. How about when the leadoff person gets out? What are the odds of scoring at least one run? Scoring anything, putting up a number in that run column. When the leadoff person gets out, there is a 21% chance you're going to score at least one run. Again, two stats side by side. 60% of chance of scoring a run when the leadoff person gets on. 21% chance of scoring when the leadoff person gets out. I'm going to go through these other stats in the next video. There's a lot to digest here. This could end up being a 2 or 3 part series as I talk about these stats and some other things. So I'm going to stop this right here and then restart it again for video number 2. Guys, again, this is Jeff Stanek with Figured Out Baseball and Lander University. That was part 1 of run scoring probability. I hope you'll check out the next video where we'll dig into more of those statistics in part 2. There's probably going to end up being a part 3 as well, where I'll kind of talk about the meaning of some of these stats, at least in my opinion. So multi-part series here on run scoring probability.